Yeah, well, that is the big question, and we are looking at snowfall, unfortunately timed out at the same time as an Arctic blast. So temperatures are likely going to be so cold the next few days that road salt is not that effective. And we aren't expecting conditions to be warm enough that even when we are tracking sunshine, that sun really won't be warming things up substantially enough to see those roads clear naturally. So we're kind of in this random purgatory where we're waiting for conditions to just get warm enough that we can plow it, we can salt it, and we can have the sun do its job. So I would definitely expect snow to stick on those roads at least through the morning and the evening commute tomorrow. Now, even though it's still going to be very cold the next few days, friction creates heat. So that morning commute tomorrow and the evening commute tomorrow, the tires through all those cars may actually warm some of that snow just a little bit and melt it a little bit. So just the fact that cars will travel on it, you can even see here, cars have driven down the street in Madisonville frequently enough to melt a little of it, but that'll likely freeze as the traffic begins to taper off through the night. So just be careful of slick spots, because right now, my biggest concern has switched from snow to the slippery conditions and the cold. And that is going to extend in the next few days, because right now, you know, as we get out of the studio in the next few moments, we're going to be heading out to our cars and needing to basically use our ice scrapers, snow brushes to clear things out when it is -7. And the bad news is things aren't going to be feeling much better if you are waking up tomorrow to go brush off those cars. So we're going to be seeing very Arctic conditions, and things won't be feeling like they are above 0 until 11 tomorrow. Now, the actual air temperature is going to be in the teens, but we are still going to be tracking that wind chill. Right now, that snow is pushing out. Things are pretty much wrapping up. So for the most part, what you see for snow accumulations right now is basically the storm total, because we aren't going to be squeezing out much more moisture. Now, I'm eyeballing about 1/10 of an inch here in Evansville. A decent amount for our first snow, especially not being in the bullseye. Believe it or not, Nashville, Tennessee is who's seeing the biggest accumulations from this, around 6 to 8 inches. So we certainly missed a big headache of a mess for tomorrow by not being in that bullseye. But Central City and Madisonville in that 1-inch plus range. I'd be interested to know through email what you saw. Be sure to email Griffin Glasscock as well, as she will be fine-tuning the adjustments in the morning as well. Now, tomorrow when you're walking the dog, it's going to be very, very chilly. If you are cold, the dog is cold. So make things quick, especially because if you're taking the dog out for a potty break, you don't want an icicle forming under them. Now, as we head through the afternoons the next few days, it is going to be too cold for road salt to be effective Monday, too cold for the sun to be effective on Tuesday. Wednesday, still not warm enough, and then we have our next chance for snow on Thursday, even when it's starting to get warm enough for salt to work. I'll time out those snow chances Thursday in my last check of the forecast.